Welcome to Book Club The Yappening, a podcast where we discuss every and all things we've read and some of us haven't read, in a safe place where we can yap about life in general. In the description, you'll find links to our Fable, Instagram, and Discord accounts. Please follow for more yapping in different styles. For a warning, we will 100% be spoiling this book, so please pause, go read, and come back to yap.
I'm going to pop in here. Future Nick here. Content warnings. Gore, murder, violence, domestic abuse, child abuse, drug abuse, homophobia, which I don't fully remember, suicidal thoughts, and addiction.
The homophobia.
And I would say torture.
Torture.
If you
Oh,
say
100% torture.
I'm going to say torture.
Yeah, gore, torture. Gore, torture?
Torture?
Torture? Ermagerd, torture.
Ermagerd, torture.
Alright.
Tell me you're a millennial without telling me you're a millennial.
Oh, we're starting now?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like, oh, we're doing it. Okay.
What are we doing? Podcast? What's happening here?
I know.
Who is that? Okay, so we are live for the first time. So, of course, again, we restart the tech issues because we're live and we're trying to figure out how to set up each mic so that it's isolated. That's going to happen in the future. We tried for hours. Nick tried for hours. Nick's great.
Yeah, he's the best. Woo!
He's the best. So, today's episode is, first of all, Merry Holiday.
Yeah.
It's going to be our final episode of the year.
Happy Yappa Days.
Happy Yappa Days! Yes!
And a happy Yapsa and happy Yapka?
Yapka?
Hana Yap? Happy Honda Days.
Honda Days, yes.
And happy Yuletide.
Happy Yuletide.
Yap Tide.
Oh my god, Nick's like, but the yap, guys.
But the puns.
Branding.
But the puns. And to give name to the visuals, I am Jessy. That's Brittney.
And my name has been said before.
Nick? Yeah.
We don't know who he is. He just came into the house, actually.
I need no introduction.
And what's the gnome's name?
Noma.
Noma. And her voluptuous
Noma.
beard.
Noma, and then Fawn,
And then Ho.
and then Ho.
Yeah.
Anyways.
And Frank.
Oh yeah, Frank. Of course, Frank. Always Frank. So
Mulder and
today's...
Scully.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We said we weren't going to talk over each other and we just keep
I know.
talking over.
I know, it's just natural.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's fine.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. You might get some crossovers.
We're yappers.
We're trying new things.
We're yappers.
Like,
Kind of sounds like
Yap
we're
about it.
yap about it.
we're yappas with
We're
the
yappa.
soft.
What?
What?
No, shut up.
Oh,
You're doing too much.
We can use that word.
Cut.
Bleep.
Yeah, well, we'll cut that. No, we can't bleep that because that sounds even worse.
You're right.
Shit, but bleeping it would be funny. Like, what did they say?
Nope.
You'll never know. Today's episode.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm back on focus. So today's episode is about
Krampus the Yule
Krampus,
Lord.
the Yule Lord. Okay, so it's Krampus by Brom. We decided to read another Brom book. Me and Brittney read it. Nick, did you?
Yeah.
listen to it?
He started it last and finished it first.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's why I said we really just went last in, first out, because he started last, you started first, you finished last, he finished first.
Oh my god.
Well, and I started listening to the audiobook, and at some point it skipped ahead to where Brittney was at, and I didn't even pay attention. So I'm like,
we were using the same Audible, so it kept like pulling our chapters.
It skipped chapters, and I'm like, seems like kind of a jump, and I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's gonna be a flashback to the the middle.
To what happened?
Oh
And no, I started 3/4 of the way through, and then listened to the first 3/4.
It was a whole journey for you.
It really was. It was like a Quentin Tarantino movie.
We'll probably talk about it. It's a little bit part of his lore, but do we want to talk about who Krampus was?
Yeah.
I don't. So I'll do, because I don't know Krampus in real life.
So Krampus
He's a good guy.
is sort of like a Germanic, like Santa adjacent type moment. But essentially he has a sack for naughty children, and he will whip them if they misbehave, I suppose, with like sticks, reeds, whatever. Like, at least as like that's my American knowledge of it. I know that it's Germanic in origin. And I know that he has a naughty child sack because
he takes
his neck,
he
his
kid-
back, his naughty child sack.
he kidnaps the naughtiest of children.
Yeah.
And Santa just gives them coal. So I mean,
Yeah, Santa's like the nicer, like
good
more
cop, bad
child
cop.
friendly.
Dude, if I have a child, Krampus.
I mean, yeah.
Fear of Krampus got into my child.
Also, the like Krampus like parades and shit, those are frightening.
Is it real?
Yeah, and like I believe Germany. I think there's actually one that happens in Michigan because I know Michigan. Obviously, there's a lot of like German folks that have settled here. But
Smash cut.
no, there's like a parade where people like basically cosplay as Krampus and they like walk and then they like fucking heckle and stuff with like the people standing there watching it. But like some of the costumes are so crazy and it happens like at night.
I want to go.
Yeah,
It's anywhere from like coloring their faces and putting like fake beards on to kind of like imitate fur to full on.
I want to be a lady Krampus.
yeah.
I'm sure
You steal
there are.
men and beat the
No,
shit
I'm
out of
pretty
them.
sure I've definitely seen some lady Krampi.
Krampi? The plural.
Yeah, and that was really close to something else. I feel like Krampus is usually akin to like a goat, not so much in like a satanic sense, but just maybe it's part of like the Germanic lore that I'm not entirely aware of.
Yeah, I don't know like the deep lore. I actually also went down a bit of a rabbit hole to see if he is tied into like the Norse mythology, and basically he is, but because of Brom. So
okay,
like,
so Brom, he just went off. He's
Yeah.
like, Norse mythology, Krampus.
and it worked.
It did work, yeah.
Also,
I was
just-
into it.
The fact, I don't know, just him like talking about Loki, also Loki sack, just constantly. I'm like, what?
So
What is happening?
So this is a Santa fan fiction,
Yeah,
It's basically a Santa fan fiction.
basically.
a universe expansion.
So, I don't know if either of you listened to like the afterword or read the afterword.
I briefly looked at it.
For
Yeah.
me, it was the midword, but yeah.
So he essentially had like with his little lizard brain or like little boy brain sounds bad, but
Brom brain.
he
The Brom
basically
brain.
He's a big bad brain on Brom.
he was just like, well, who would win in a fight? So then that was his.
Oh, his shoot off, like who would win a fight, Krampus or Santa?
Mm-hmm.
My Krampus could beat up your Krampus.
Yeah. So that was where that came from. I think I read like 72 books in the last 3 days, so like I could be blending shit together.
Yeah, she's our personal library. So, yeah. But, so we begin with this book, Krampus, Brom. We begin with Jesse Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse Walker is an aspiring musician. He loves music, loves writing music, loves playing music. But unfortunately, Jesse, like many of us, has zero confidence within himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe his music will take him anywhere, even if he has people reaching out to him being like, hey, let's hook up, let's make something happen out of this, and even then is too nervous to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of stage fright. It was
It
kind
is.
of what I was getting. That
Yeah,
he can't
so-
lose himself to the music when he knows people are looking at him.
Yeah, which I totally understand. in
Putting
a way.
yourself out there and people rejecting you.
Yeah.
Like just because you have a small following doesn't mean that everyone's going to love you. And as someone who can't take negative feedback, I get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Jesse Walker, you find out quickly he's been separated for 2 years. He's been living in a rundown trailer park, and he pulls up after one late night, singing at a bar, and he's just watching, like, cause they're all decorated for Christmas. I think it's like right after Christmas, like it's like it is somewhere like either on the day or after Christmas that he's just staring at his trailer, hating his life, and there's for this Christmas his daughter, he has a little daughter named Abigail, who's staying with, obviously his wife, Linda, so the whole separation. She wants the tiger dolls, like...
Yeah, they're, I think that it was meant to be, like, superhero adjacent, so...
Yeah, in my brain, I mixed the
Multiculturally,
Spice Girls with, like, Power Rangers in a weird
Yeah,
way.
I was thinking, like, Monster High Dolls meet
Oh,
Sailor
yeah.
Moon. That was kind of, like, my sort of...
Yeah, or
Yeah.
K-pop Demon Hunters, like, vibe, but dolls. Like,
Yeah.
where I was going.
Yeah,
Even
slutty little dolls, as
Yeah,
Jessy.
Jessy calls them slutty little dolls.
Which is a little fucked up, but that's
It's a little
okay.
fucked up.
even a little bit of I almost said Captain America, Captain Planet, because
Yeah.
there's like an Asian one, like they all have T names, so like an Asian one named Ting, black one named Tiana. Like they were all in
They're all
that
very
vein.
Yeah.
stereotypical.
We are ethnically inclusive to the point of using stereotypical
Like Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
names. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're doing a good thing here, and people of those cultures being like, yeah, sure, okay.
The
why not?
90s was a crazy time, honestly.
The 90s was a crazy fucking time.
What a time to be alive, truly.
Yeah.
You want Barbie or Black Barbie?
Yeah.
You're looking. Do you want me to say Blarby?
No, I didn't. I just didn't know where you were going with that. I was
Yeah,
like,
okay.
okay. And?
It's like it's because the options are limited.
Just we're gonna be more inclusive, and that pisses some people
Oh.
off.
Yeah.
Which is dumb.
How dare they make anything?
Yeah, people do get pissed off at like the stupidest shit.
And what's like silly is that like the people who are mad about inclusion are people who have never not been included. So it's like shut the fuck up. Like
They don't
but-
get it.
right.
Yeah, they don't get it. I want
Right.
an all-inclusive environment. Fuck y'all.
right.
I was trying to go off on a tangent.
That
Well-
sound is good. I mean, color's beautiful.
A tiger
We need more
tangent.
of it.
We be yapping.
We be yapping. It's what this is.
Yeah.
But
Crimes.
so her only request, as far as only request for this Christmas, was to get one of these dolls. It was like a specific one. I would forget which one it is, but he decided not to do that. I believe from the beginning of the book, like he got his money, bought a bottle of liquor instead.
No,
and-
so I personally thought it was the classic Christmas. I waited too long to get this really big toy, and so they didn't have the toy, and then he just bought liquor
Oh, yeah, he
instead.
bought liquor.
That
Yeah,
was
he
how
just bought
I
liquor.
kind of yeah.
Well, I know that the bar he was playing at, he's like, oh yeah, I can't really pay you. Would you take a bottle of booze instead?
Oh, okay. There, see
Oh,
the
okay, there
different
you
levels
go.
of paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hoping to get that money too.
Oh,
even
okay,
if he
okay,
had to
okay.
get one secondhand, or
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he mentions he doesn't have really anything left to pawn.
you know,
Yeah.
the Terry, the male tiger of the group. Because inclusivity.
Not Tony, Terry.
I'm being sarcastic. I have no idea if that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Oh,
I don't want to say Tony Tiger.
Well, trademark.
trademark. Yeah.
He's great though.
He is great. Sorry,
So
Tony. Sorry.
you know, he has this bottle of liquor. You know, he feels like a failure, as you know, I would too. And he decorated the trailer one year with a string of lights, and they're all dead now. Besides this one red blinking light that he is focusing on, that's beckoning him to enter his home. And he's like, I don't want to do this no more. He, pulls a gun out. He's like, I want to self-exit, and he puts the barrel in his mouth. He can't even do that because he's a coward, he feels, so...
So what it was, it wasn't that he couldn't do it, it's that he knew somebody who tried to self-exit that way.
Oh, yeah, and they missed.
And they just went straight through and out, and they survived, and then
Didn't
were
have
like
much of a
completely
life. Yeah,
paralyzed
yeah.
because they like severed their spinal cord. So he did. I feel like he was definitely looking upwards.
He mentioned that. That's why he's like, I have to make sure I get the angle right. But then he heard Abigail's voice in the back of her head.
Okay. Yeah.
And that kept him from doing it. And,
I thought it was just a distraction because he
yeah,
looks
no,
up and
he
there's
thought
just
about
like
that first, so he's like, I gotta angle this shit right so it doesn't happen. Fig, my dear.
she's like, why are you talking to me? I don't know you.
I know, but
Just the way she looked at you with disgust.
So Abigail's voice brings him back.
Uh-huh.
He can't do this. And he falls asleep in his truck after that. Comes to wake up the next day.
Okay.
With a hot ass Santa Claus running across the trailer park with sack in hand and devilmen chasing him. That is what he said.
I thought he saw them
Santa
fighting
sack.
in the like sleigh. I thought he like looked up and saw.
Santa
Okay.
gets into the sleigh. They take off. They hold
Got
on to the
it.
sleigh. And he's watching this as Santa's just, flying off.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the devilmen fall from the sky, hit
Yes.
into a truck. And then another falls through his trailer.
Yeah.
He doesn't notice what falls through his trailer, but something falls through his trailer. He goes to his neighbors. They look at the dead man on the truck with weird orange eyes, I think it was, that are like tweaking.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead, so like the devil man's dead, and they're all just like really casual about it. Honestly, when I was reading it, they're just like, "Isn't that the strangest thing you've ever seen?" And then,
Well, I think they thought they were tweakers, so that's not exactly the. It's a strange thing, but for them to just like suddenly up and die,
They
is not-
probably see certain levels of weird things normally, so it maybe takes a lot to
Yeah,
sort of
this is
surprise them.
this is kind of like rural, low income.
I don't know where, but it was feeling West Virginia to me.
I
Yeah,
think it is around West Virginia because he has dreams of going to Memphis for his music.
Well,
Nashville.
but that's like basically
Yeah.
LA for country, you know?
Yeah.
So like that doesn't
I think
necessarily.
it might be. They're in Boo. Are they in Boo? Where's the other book? They're in Good Hope.
Okay,
Pretty much.
Good
They
Hope.
live in Good
I
Hope.
feel
the
like
city of
Boone
Good
County
Hope.
is.
I feel like I
accurate.
saw Boone County. So, but anyways, read the book if you want true facts.
Two truths and a lie.
Two truths and a
This
lie.
is led by myself, so it's a little bit chaotic.
That's okay.
So
Krampus,
then I started notes and left them.
Krampus
Yeah.
fucks. Am I lying or telling the truth? Read and find out.
Right.
Yeah, Krampus fucks
He do be
me.
fucking,
He be
honestly.
fucking. I'm here.
Well, no,
Krampus
no,
is
don't need to read it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Read it.
fucking-
Read about how he fucks.
Literally, he has dreams of it. Trust me, Krampus. I mean, not Nick, but Krampus has dreams.
Make dreams of Krampus fucking.
So he's that. Jessy hears that they're calling. I think it's Chief Dillard. They're calling in, and he doesn't want to be there when Chief Dillard gets there. So he runs into his trailer, finds the Santa sack that fell through his trailer, and he just looks at it for a minute, decides to stick his arm in, and there's nothing in it besides for like this black swirling mist.
Mm.
And I forget how he does it, but I still think he has Abigail in his mind. So he puts his hand through the sack and pulls out this box. He notices it's exactly the doll that his daughter wanted. And he's like, oh shit, magic. So he imagines all of them, gets them all out. So he gets the whole collection of these dolls that his daughter wants. And he's like, great, I'm not a failure this year. And then he's like, okay, money. If I could do this, I want money. So he tries to pull out money. That's all toy money. Like everything that he's imagining pulling out is toys. Then he gets a grand idea. Okay, well, if it's all toys, he starts pulling out PlayStation.
Yeah. And like honestly,
That's a smart idea because
Hustle.
you could flip them. So he pulls out a bunch of PlayStations to sell. So it seems like this bag just makes whatever you want, but it's only made for toys. That is so far what they think, or Jessy thinks. So Jessy, you find out that him and his wife, are separated, while his wife is currently fucking Chief Dillard.
yeah, she moved into his house like fully.
Yeah, fully into his house, and mind you, I forgot how old he was, but
Old
he's
enough to be her dad.
old enough to be her dad. Chief Dillard is old enough to be her dad, but he's still dicking down like he got it.
Which, it's
Lovely.
America, so it shouldn't be
Yeah.
shocking at all.
Yeah, no, not at all. So he doesn't really want to go over there, really, to see Dillard, but he wants to fight Dillard basically because they're not divorced yet; they're separated. And he's like, no man should be, messing with another man's wife, no matter what. But you come to find out after Jessy goes to Linda's mother's house to see if they're there, but is immediately confirmed that they're at Dillard's. Jesse's a soft heart. Like, there's no real fight in him. Like, she's like, Jessy, you're too kind. We all know you want to talk big, but you ain't gonna back it up because you're too nice. So Jesse's like, yeah, whatever. Still goes over to Dillard's house, finds Linda there. Dillard's not there yet because he's checking out the shit at the trailer park. Linda doesn't want him there. She's speaking very, like, I'm an abused wife locked in a house situation. That's how she's kind of
She keeps basically
Cautious.
telling him he needs to go before Dillard gets there. And so Dillard obviously is the police chief, and Jessy has a bit of a morally gray background, so he has had run-ins with the police, but her telling him to leave just felt more so like she was afraid of what was going to happen between her and Dillard if Dillard came home and saw Jessy there.
It's not for you. It's for my safety.
Like, she also seemed like nervous, and that was a little bit of a red flag, obviously.
Yeah, and that's where we get the hint that some people rumor that Chief Dillard killed his ex-wife, Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where a lot of the speculation and worry comes to be around. Because as of right now, as far as we know, like, as you go through the book, Chief Dillard's not that bad of a guy at face value until you find out more.
I mean, ACAB,
because,
but...
like, when I was, like, going through the book, like, he didn't get really hard with Linda until towards the end. Because he wanted to not be the way that he was before. He was trying hard. But...
And that's fair, but he's also, like, absolutely fucking heinous to Jessy. Like,
he's heinous. He's an awful man. He is evil.
Right.
You find out that the chief of police is covering up a ton of crime in Good Hope.
Mm-hmm.
So you come to find that out later. So, hi, baby. Cat break. She's like, you smell. Thank you. So he's there with Linda, wants to see Abigail. Linda tells him to leave. He's like, no, I want to see my daughter. Their commotion causes Abigail to be like, is that daddy? And so Abigail comes out. He gets the gifts for her. And then immediately Linda's like, honey, go inside with your toys. And she does. And Linda's like, where'd you steal this from?
Yeah.
The immediate thought was, where did you get the money for this? You stole it. Did you steal it? Like, you don't want that kind of trouble. And then the Santa puns begin. Like, say I got it from my friend Santa Claus, or I got it from Santa's sack. Like, the very true puns begin.
Right. And basically he says he didn't steal them. So then she's, like, mad because she's like, cool, you had all of this extra cash and you paid for fucking toys. Like, you could have spent that on any number of things that could have actually been useful and helpful, but you bought a bunch of toys instead.
It felt like a not winning situation for him.
Right.
Like, no matter what he
Definitely.
did, it was not going to win.
Right.
So you can tell there's some built up resentment there with Linda. But to make it clear, Linda is I think Linda left him because she didn't want to deal with him, like, with the father, essentially, that, like, played late into the nights at bars, barely made money, came home at, like, you know, the AM when they have a daughter to raise.
The most encouraging she was you should get back into your music. You were so talented, you didn't strike while the iron was hot.
Right. It's not that she has an issue with him being a musician. It's that he's not going all in on it, and then he's picking up money on the side by doing shady shit. And she's like, you could make something of yourself, and you're choosing not to.
Yeah, she sees all of his potential and wants him to go for it. Like, most supportive woman ever for him. And she just doesn't see him taking himself and making something bigger for himself. He's fully capable of. So there's that. And then, so Dillard pulls up as he's having this ending conversation with Linda. And Dillard, like, he's like, I'm leaving. Dillard's like, no, I actually have to talk to you. And about the trailer park thing. And they get into, I'm not going to, like, fully describe what they're talking about because it's not, like, YouTube safe. But they do get into a heated conversation. He pulls his gun out, sets it on top of the car, and starts saying the most heinous shit about Linda to him, about what he's going to do to her when he takes her upstairs.
Right. Dillard just very aggressively antagonizes Jessy.
To get him to try to shoot him.
Right. So that, like, he's trying to make a reason to arrest him, more or less.
Yeah, arrest him or shoot him or kill him too. So.
Right.
Because he wants Jessy gone. He hates Jessy. He wants Jessy gone.
But if Jessy doesn't do any of that stuff, it's to make him feel bad because he's not a man or anything.
It's like best case scenario, I get to take you out. Worst case scenario, you feel like an absolute loser.
Yeah. Right. I'm saying all this stuff, and you can't defend your woman. What kind of man are you? I'd be, pew-pewing you all over the place.
Right. But just, also the fact that, like, just side note, the fact that Dillard can talk about a woman he's supposed to love and care for in such, like, a derogatory, disgusting manner also kind of goes to show what type of awful person he is.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like it's really just a power thing.
Right, but even if you were trying to boss up, you would never say shit like that about me to anybody else. So that's just what I mean, is, like, it's really degrading and derogatory the way he talks about her.
Oh, I meant, like, a power thing, using Linda to...
Oh, yeah, no, I know, I understand, but still.
Yeah, that is not our relationship, thank God.
Well, yeah.
I'm not old enough to be your father.
Also that. I mean, unless...
Even though I act like an old man.
Two-year-old dad.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Sorry.
Oh no. But, so that's when Jessy starts saying, you can't really take me down because what if I decide to talk?
Yeah.
And that's when you start learning that Jessy does some shady stuff with them and a guy named the General. And the general, he pretty much deals in town. He deals drugs and weed.
He does weed, yes, because I know that was what Jessy had gotten picked up for previously, was like moving weed. But I do think that it was more so like meth.
Yeah, and it's
I think meth is the big one, but it's really just any drug you want he can get.
Yeah, so basically like the general is just sort of crime kingpin, and Jessy only dabbles and does small favors on the like lighter side of things. Like he's not in it super deep, but he does know enough to be like theoretically dangerous to the whole organization type.
Yeah, and that's when Dillard's like, you don't want to say something like that because we all know what the journal wants to do with people who pretty much like squeal.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, whatever. So Jessy leaves. He goes to the general to talk about pawning off these like PlayStations. First of all, I was like, why the fuck are you going straight to the general after talking about yapping? And then trying to make a deal with him. Like, you clearly hate these people. He seems just like very much like a desperate man right now. And the general has him pulled in. It was like, Dillard was telling me that you were talking about talking. And so they take his hand and they drill a hole through his hand between the bones with a drill, like a drill press, like one of those drill presses.
And he's a guitar player, so that's major.
It's a major, like, it's
injury.
It's a major injury, like, might never play again type thing. And let's talk about how he spends, like, pretty much the majority of the book with an untreated hand.
Also,
I thought about that. I was like, his hand's been untreated this whole damn time.
Right. Also, there is kind of like, it is indicated that the general isn't normally this heinous. Like, his cronies just thought they were going to scare Jessy, and since Jessy gave in to what they wanted him to do at that moment, that they didn't need to drill through his hand anymore.
Oh yeah, he complied.
Yeah, and then he's like, no, we're still gonna do that. Also, if you fuck with me again, I'm gonna bury you and your daughter alive. Which is he's so crazy. That was like over the top, my guy. Like, you really took it.
Yeah, he's like, if you ever like disrespect me, I'm going to send your girl into a box, like with like your daughter in a box.
I'm gonna bury both
and
you and your daughter.
Means it. He fully means it because the tensions are high right now because they have rivalry like sellers in the area, so it's taking away from the journal's business, which has them like up on ends. And they tell Jessy like, yo, you're gonna do this like deal tonight, and he's like, I don't want to, and he's like, well, too damn bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking.
Right.
I wasn't asking, so
you got a second hand, better do as I say.
Yeah, you got a second hand, go do this shit. So, fast forward to the nighttime, Jessy appears to do the deal. Still has a Santa bag, ready, he's there. He's like, this is going to make me something somewhere. So he keeps that in his truck. And it's a rundown truck. Like, that was given to him from his dad before, his dad passed. So they're at this deal. Suddenly the devil people show up again. And they start basically beating the shit out of the general's men, and don't they take Jessy too? Like, they take Jessy in that moment.
I think Jesse's able to get away temporarily.
Oh, no, he gets away. He gets away, and they chase after him.
And they, like, basically are like, yeah, you're driving us around now. They, like, hop in his truck. Yeah. Also, his truck has, a trailer attached to it. And the whole time, I'm like, is this a bed trailer or, like, a tow-behind trailer? And
I wasn't thinking it was a trailer. I think it's the top that's added to the bed, because it's held on by like 4 bolts.
But he's also but he very clearly calls it a trailer instead of a cap, because I think that would be like a cover or a cap. But they do make it's like a literal camper that just hooks onto the bed of your truck.
Yeah, because he talks about it driving behind, and then he talks about throwing shit into the back of it.
Right.
So, I don't know if he has it to, like, transport his, like, musical equipment, so that would make more sense.
Yeah, or, like, if he's playing somewhere far off. I don't know. But either way, there's, like, a fucking, like, camper attached to the truck. I very much thought it was, like, a in-bed camper at some point, but...
Yeah. It's a mystery to me still.
It doesn't matter.
But,
doesn't
it was just something I thought was weird.
Yeah, he chases them off, and I think he throws the bag out. Because he goes back for it. Mm-hmm. And I think he does get away. He goes back for the bag. And then, I can't remember, something happens where they do end up getting him. They use him to drive him around. They're called Bell's Nickel. Belschnickel. Nichols, that's what Krampus calls them. Because Krampus currently is trapped in a cave.
Like chained up in a
He's
cave.
chained up in a cave, been there for centuries. Because Santa put him there.
Yeah. Brom likes horn daddies trapped in caves. That's what I got from that.
I wonder what Brom dreams of.
Horn daddies.
Horn daddies. But so one of the Belschnickel. Nick, I'm never gonna say it right. Belschnickel. One of them is Isabel.
We love Isabel.
I love Isabel. Queen. And then there is, I think they call him Shawnee. Shawnee, and I don't know if that
that's a Native American tribe.
Okay. And
one of them doesn't talk very much.
Yeah, there's like two of them, I thought.
So the Shawnee refuse to speak English. They can and they can understand English, but they refuse to speak it.
I love that.
But then the other Belschnickels, who are not part of that tribe, they don't speak Shawnee. So basically, the Shawnee can understand them, but refuse to respond in anything other than grunts and like charades. Which, like, I mean, go off, King. That's like totally that's your prerogative. I get it. That's fine.
Love Krampus. They knew Krampus from the old days. Like they were there when that was happening.
Right.
Which I love.
Who are the brothers? Nippy and Whippy?
Nippy and Whippy. Yeah, I think so.
It's one of the things it's harder to take seriously because Krampus, the Yule Lord, and his Belschnickels, Isabel, Nippy, Whippy. Please we demand to be taken seriously.
Right.
And there's Vernon.
Mm-hmm. Vernon.
He's everything. I love Vernon. Actually.
Yeah.
He's a sarcastic king.
Not everybody wanted to be a Belschnickel. And then the Belschnickels were humans at one point.
Yeah, and it's very vampire-esque where like he bites you to change you and gives you his blood.
And you have to serve him.
You have to serve him, and you have to do what he says. They're basically sired to him.
Yeah, it's very like, would you kindly code?
So they take him in his truck that's barely running on fumes, up to the cave. They get there, they have the bag. Krampus gets very excited that they have the bag, and
Loki sack.
So you find out that the bag is part of Loki's lineage. You find out that Krampus is related to the god Loki.
Yeah, so Krampus is Loki's grandson.
Yeah,
so Krampus's mother is Hel.
And yeah, Hel. And
yeah.
You find out that Loki back in the day, well, first you find out that Santa Claus is actually Balder from Norse mythology. Mm-hmm. And I forget, but the gods give him a gift, like an undying gift, I think.
He is immune to pretty much everything except for one thing that is a secret until it's not anymore. Yeah. I think Loki finds it out.
It's like mistletoe, right? Like something in mistletoe.
Or holly.
But
it was an arrow made from like some sort of Christmas plant that wasn't a poinsettia.
Yeah, and then someone kills Balder with it. Balder gets reincarnated into a form on the human plane, and he takes up the name Santa Claus after heavily betraying Krampus. I don't know, it's weird because when they both tell their stories, it's like they both see each other as evil, like that.
Yeah, but I also get where both of them are coming from. Like, I don't necessarily think one is more right or one is more wrong.
I think it's very equal.
I do think that Balder acted like a fuckhead. Like, the way he treated Krampus was completely unfucking necessary, in my opinion. Like, parading him through the streets and making a mockery of him is crazy. Like, that is not appropriate at all. But
especially if they're Krampus took pity on him.
Right.
After his fall.
Right. Krampus found Balder, took pity on him because he felt bad that his grandfather had basically killed him. Mm-hmm. And took him in
and imprisoned him.
Imprisoned him. Took him in, fed him, everything. Was trying to keep because it seems in a lot of Brom's worlds, and it's in a lot of other things too, where as time goes on, people start forgetting the old gods, which makes them disappear because belief is everything.
Right.
So that's why he was when he decided to take the name Santa Claus, he knew he would live on. But then also by shaming Krampus and making him nothing more than a joke would slowly ruin the memory of Krampus, so he would disappear. So that's why he kind of did that. They both were kind of shitty, whatever. But Santa Claus is kind of hot.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, big beard, muscles,
giving daddy energy.
Giving daddy energy, very much daddy energy.
I was thinking a lot about just, he became Santa Claus and, like, was trying to reform his ways.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like, at least he's trying.
Because Mulder was originally very giving and kind and wanting to uplift the community, and somewhere along the way, this vanity got a hold of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so this new life, he's able to try to wash away the vanity and to actually just be giving, but at the same time, he does love the praise of seeing Santa Claus on, like, Coke cans, or seeing Santa Claus stuff, or Christmas trees and all that. There's some vanity there.
Right, and it also, it very much was Balder kind of converting to Christianity, which Krampus took very personal, just because that goes against so much of, like, their lore, and it kind of, like, deletes them, essentially. So that's why Krampus took it so fucking personal, because he's like, I helped you, I took you in, and now you're essentially spitting in my face by, like, completely uprooting everything that, like, is part of me.
The books to read,
yeah,
and then he's like, burn this, or like, get rid of this.
Right.
Yeah, it's parallel to, like, how things actually happened.
Yeah.
Because Christianity came in and kind of replaced all these
pagan
polytheistic religions with there's only one God, and we're going to take the traditions of Yule and solstice? Not solstice.
Samhain?
No.
Oh.
There's another one. We're going to take some of the traditions and just make them ours now. Like putting a tree up and a lot of the, like, the holly and mistletoe and stuff.
Right.
Or because of old religious ways.
Ornaments and...
Yeah.
But Krampus does get out. He finds his key in Loki's sack, which...
Saturnalia.
Okay.
What's that?
Oh, the other holiday I'm thinking of, like, like, one's pagan, one is Norse, something like that. Christianity took a lot of their traditions from those, and when those groups today are like, hey, you kind of stole these from our old ways, Christianity's like, no, look here in the Bible, or these these Santa books, this is where it actually comes from.
Christmas trees very much are a Yule practice. Like having...
Yule's a real thing.
Yes, babe.
I know nothing.
Okay, but like also what's hilarious about that is my aunt and uncle celebrate Yule.
That's crazy. Oh my god.
Which also, knowing them should not surprise you at all. But Yule is very much like pagan Christmas.
It's crazy because, like, after reading this book, I'm like, fuck Christmas. I want to celebrate Yule. Like, it's a Yule thing.
I know, but so I and not knowing a ton necessarily, so take this with a grain of salt. I believe part of Yule is kind of bringing nature into your home, so that's what the Christmas tree is bringing something living into your home. But Yule, as far as I'm aware, is meant to be like the longest night of the year, so you leave a candle, but you leave a candle lit to kind of ward off against, like, anything evil, because nighttime evil, blah blah blah. So that's, as far as I'm aware, it's kind of like keeping a light to protect you through the longest night type of thing. Didn't mean to rhyme, but, like, that's kind of, there's like a Yule log,
and I think that's the one where maybe it's a similar tradition that I'm just mixing up. The ones in high status would pretend to be like the fools, and people in low status would pretend to be lords, ordering the ones in high status around. It's like the one day a year where, like, it's opposite day pretty much.
Oh, I don't necessarily know
I've heard
that one off the top of my head.
I don't know what it is, but I heard that.
I know it's mentioned, and it kind of mixes Norse mythology and a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And it may be more the Saturnalia, but it's just like a festival of like drinking and feasting and partying, and I think there's probably some, like, orgies pretty much, but it gets turned into just utter debauchery.
Well, speaking of orgies, that's another thing Krampus used to do back in the day, is that people used to celebrate him. They would have massive parties for Yuletide, and he would literally bring fertility around by, he literally says, mounting the young women, and giving them babies for Yuletide, and that's what he dreams to get back to.
Please don't fucking do that.
Please don't fucking do that.
I don't-
The modern world does not want that.
I don't want a baby. That
No.
would be the worst gift.
No, give me a cat or dog.
Sweet puppies.
But yeah, so he gets free, and his goal is to reignite Yuletide over Christmas. He hates Christmas. You want to send him off, mention Christmas, mention Santa Claus, like anything you want, like that will
Show him an
happen.
ornament. Man has fucking beef with ornaments.
Yep, and so Krampus has to regain his strength. He's coming out of the cave after centuries.
He feels just fine.
Yeah, he's like curled up, hugging the sack on the bed of like Jesse's truck,
Right.
just muttering to himself. And
Also, side note, Santa's sack is formerly Loki's sack, and Santa did some sort of blood magic to change it to only bring toys. However, it used to essentially be like a portal.
it's a door.
Yeah, a doorway.
So here's like a slight thing on that. So the sack itself can only be commanded by Loki's blood, so his lineage.
Mhm.
Which, since Jessy can use the sack, like, not as well as Krampus can, it's a hint that he has part of Loki's blood in him. But Santa could never use the sack before. So in order for him to use the sack, he did do blood magic to be able to access it, which he does to bring toys out of his workshop to give.
Also, side note, Santa is a fucking asshole because he was like killing the Yule goats so that his fucking deer could fly. And it's my fucking guy. What are you doing? So that's why I say that both of them are terrible. Like, I see both points, but also Santa was kind of like a fuckhead.
Yeah, because he's killing everything from the old world
Right.
in order to sustain just himself.
Correct.
And also, side note, he's married to a bunch of beautiful women.
Which, I mean, love that for
Love
him.
them for him. They clearly love him very much.
You
Clearly
know,
he's a good husband.
right.
To them.
Yeah, they very much like want to be
Yeah,
royal wives.
it's actually. I want a side story about Baldur and his life. I'm just saying.
I mean,
it would be interesting. But
Baldur's harem.
Brom, do it. But so yeah, so a bunch of blood magic in order to be able to use the sack, and it's a portal. So, for example, if you want to steal money from like a bank or something, you imagine the bank or where it is.
It's better if you've seen it, if you have like.
Yeah,
a
it's better
memory.
if you've seen
you
it.
have to picture an item that you know is
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, and then the more you know of the place, the better, because it just brings your mind there. So your hand goes through. Well, it's not just magic where your hand is invisible. The other side, if somebody is there, they can see your hand.
Right.
So they just see this astral plane hand just coming through the air.
It's portals.
It's portals, basically.
Like
and-
the game Portals.
Yeah, it's literally like portals. So you can be pulled through, too. So he warns you, wherever you stick your hand, you could be pulled through. So just be careful. Or your arm could be severed. Like, all the crazy shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, warns him there. So, they still take Jessy. Jessy's their personal chauffeur at this point. And I forget what they do in between, but Santa had hold of Frecky, and it's the wolves of the sun and the moon. They're mates. And
Yes. Also, fuckhead for the fucking wolves, which I know you're going to get to.
yeah.
But essentially, the Belschnickels are, not only is Santa hot on their trail, but Santa has, like, big-ass birds that are, like, following them.
Two ravens or two crows? I forget. There's, like, they're actually... No,
It
it's
had-
two, because they're also, like, from the
Yes.
old world.
I would assume it has to be a raven, because I feel like those are a lot bigger than crows,
Mhm.
but...
Yeah, and Jessy shoots them down, because they are the eyes of Santa. They're leading Santa to
Yes.
them, because he's still hot on their trail. So he shoots them down. Krampus is very sad, because it has to be done, but he doesn't want any of the old world to continue dying. And then later you find out that one of the wolves was dying, and Santa's like, fuck it, I'm leaving it, can't do anything about it,
Right.
not doing anything about it.
So the other wolf stays behind with
because
its
they're
mate.
mates, and because they're like, her fate's the same.
Right.
So Krampus hears them, decides to come out of hiding to save them, and he does save them.
He does.
He saves them. They're very grateful. They end up holding up in a church that's where they're stationing their stuff. they this is where Jessy and like Krampus start bonding a little bit because Jessy wants to fuck over the general. And so they use the bag to steal everything out of the general safe because they need money, they need guns. Like, Krampus promises, since Jesse's helping, that he'll help him save Linda and Abigail from Dillard.
Right. And so
the general.
There's basically a deal that if Jessy helps Krampus do what he needs to do, he will help Jessy with Dillard and the general. Krampus also promises Jessy he won't turn him into a Belschnickel. But he keeps thinking in his mind, like, this man would be a fucking bomb-ass
killer
Belschnickel. Like, he's feisty. Like, I want him type of thing. So
I was, like, shipping them for a moment.
Right.
Jessy did it with, like, fucking Krampus.
Right. But Krampus has promised Jessy that he will not turn him into a Belschnickel, at least without consent.
Yeah, and then, also to redouble back, so when the deal was going on, when the devil men were trying to get the sack from Jessy, when they were trying to make that drug deal, the general and his men firmly believed that Jessy turned on them.
Yes.
And that he was running with a crew.
That it was a setup.
Yeah, that was a setup. So now the general's after Jessy, and that's why Jessy made a deal with Krampus to get his family back.
And because the general thinks that Jessy double-crossed him, he's also wants to hold the daughter hostage until Jessy comes for her and then make good on his promise to bury both of them alive.
Yeah.
But
And
because
Dillard's just like, okay, bet.
Dillard very much is like running with the crew, unfortunately. So he essentially just kind of
He does that to him, like, there's some goodness there because Dillard, and the intentional part was he didn't want to give Abigail over. He wanted Linda and Abigail to stay in his house, which is bad in its own right, but he didn't immediately give Abigail over. Because that's where he comes through, where you kind of, it's more so solidified that he killed his wife, Ellen, at this point.
Yeah, because Jessy speaks to someone who saw the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point, Dillard took a photo of what he did to his wife, and he kept that photo, and he had shown it to someone. So Jessy knows where that photo is.
And his wife is just missing. Like, no one knows that she's dead.
She,
until she
ran
ran
off.
Yeah, that's what they
essentially.
say.
But there's proof that she is dead, and he had something to do with it because he held onto the photo.
Yeah, because, Chief doesn't realize that collecting trophies is probably a bad thing.
Because of, like, just how Southern this is, and the fact that we watched Oh Brother Where Art Thou last year, I just kept thinking run oft. RUNNOFT. Sorry, but it's a good movie.
Okay.
I'll show it to you one day. But yeah, just, she run oft.
Yeah, so that's there. And then Linda's also getting kind of concerned because he takes her keys so she can't leave. Oh, and wait.
So
I'm fixing something.
How Dillard plays off to keep the girls in the house. He goes up to Linda and he tells her Jessy has had like this whole mental break, and he said he's going to kill you, he's going to kill Abigail, he's going to kill himself. He's like really fucking dangerous. He has a gun. He's looking for you guys. I have to keep you safe. You have to stay inside the house. So and then he also like convinces Linda's mother the same thing. So Jessy knows that his ladies are being held hostage, but Dillard is telling them that Jessy wants to hurt them. So that has also frightened Linda because she knows that Jessy is not well mentally just because of everything that's going on. Yeah.
And then, so that's all going on that side, and then Jessy's with the Belschnickels, and to touch on Isabel a little bit, because our queen, because I'm not sure when it happens, but I think he buys her the hat before he pushes someone off the bridge, running off the ridge.
Yeah, so Isabel, I don't fully know the conversation that happened between them, but I do know that she's basically, he assumed that she was a male, and she confirms, like, I'm not a dude. And then because she looks like all the other Belschnickels, he buys her a cute little panda hat so that she can feel more like the girl that she is. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah, because she was turned in, like, the 50s or something like that.
No, she was turned in Vietnam.
Okay.
Yeah, because...
But she has remained a teenager.
She was 16.
Like, since, so she's
she was
been
16
since then, and she's kind of looking into at the gas station seeing all these tchotchkes, they aren't, as Belschnickels, they're not allowed to like be seen or
Yeah, that's one of the rules Krampus put on them.
yeah. So she's like, hey, like these are cool things, but I could never have these things. I could never be seen getting them, procuring them. And he just comes out with like a panda hat and some other things. That's like, you deserve some things.
But yeah, no. So Isabel, our queen, I'm gonna lay out her story now. So you come to find out that Isabel, at her time during Vietnam, was 16 when she met her fiance, and they very much were in love.
He gets drafted.
He gets drafted to Vietnam, and he spends his one break coming to her and gives her a ring and is like, I'll marry you. Come to find out that she gets pregnant very young, and obviously back then, even today, it's still like, people make it such like a shamed thing.
Yeah, especially like given the area, it tends to be a little bit more on the traditional side.
Yeah, and her mother was kind of cray.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because so she's pregnant. He promises to marry her when he comes back from the war. Come to find out, he actually steps on a mine and dies during
very shortly after.
Yeah, very shortly after he gets the ring.
Yeah, she's like very early in her pregnancy when he dies. I think it was like 1 week after he went back. He stepped on a mine.
Yeah, and he died, and then so the baby was the only thing that she had left of him. So of course she was going to protect at all costs. Where her mother was kind of crazy. And
yeah. So when her mother she didn't outright kick her out, but she like
she kept her.
She hit her, right?
She kept her and was like, "I want you to get rid of this baby." Essentially, she's like, "No, absolutely not. It's the only thing I have reminding me of like Daniel."
And I think she just runs away.
She
does,
has the baby.
But yes,
she has the baby. She catches her mom trying to smother the baby.
Yes, I'm like, that's the inciting incident from her running away.
Yeah, and then she takes the baby. She literally just gave birth. Takes the baby, runs to Daniel's parents' house, explains everything because they had no idea.
Yeah.
And so they bring her in,
and they're so happy to see that they have a grandchild.
Yeah.
Like, they are so excited, and they're very much like, yes, both of you can stay with us. Like, they're just happy to have a piece of their son back type of thing. So they're really, really great people.
And like, to give like Isabel, a young woman, lost the love of her life, literally watched her mom try to smother her own child, doesn't feel like she's worth much herself. She ends up finding a cliff and also tries to self-exit, and she fails at it. She does jump, but she is pretty much paralyzed besides for her right arm. And Shawnee, or one of the Shawnee, find her and bring her back, and then Krampus turns her into a Belschnickel
to save her, essentially.
Yeah, and then commands her not to go see her son again.
Right. So she brings the baby. They're excited. And then she's like, let me go get our stuff from the car. And then she just leaves because she feels kind of worthless in a way, and she thinks that, okay, well, I know the baby's in good hands. Like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I don't really have a future type of thing, so the baby's better off without me anyways.
So, yeah, so it's our Queen Isabel story, and it's also kind of like slightly implied that she has like a little crush on Jessy. Like,
yeah, a little bit.
Like, because obviously, handsome man, and he is handsome when you look at the pictures.
Right, but he is also, like, kind to her, and he can see her beyond just her physical appearance type of thing. Yeah.
I wasn't sure how much of that was, like, a romance versus, like, a
it's
father.
Not romantic, no.
Not
but
necessarily,
him being, like, a father figure to her.
Oh, I don't think it was that.
No, I think she definitely had a crush on him.
Yeah, and, also, just... when she's telling him how she turned into a Belschnickel, she's like, "Oh, I jumped off a cliff," and he goes, "Why would you do something like that?" Like,
that's the man who put a barrel.
I know. He's like, "What would you do that thing like that for?" Like, okay, Jessy, relax.
Yeah, you literally tried to do the same shit in a different way.
Right. Oh, because she told him her age. And she very clearly still looks very young, but she's like in her 50s or something.
Yeah, she's like in her 50s.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's Isabel, our Queen Isabel story. So he buys her a hat, it makes her feel a little girlish. She knows it's cheap and silly, but it makes her feel really good. They come back with gas for the truck, and that's when they go get the wolves. And as, like, they're going to go bring the wolves into the truck, Jesse's like, this is my chance. So he pushes Vernon off the fucking cliff. Because he's not going to die. He feels bad doing it.
Right, but he knows he's not.
Yeah.
He'll hurt him, but he'll recover quickly.
Yeah, so he gets in the truck, gets some of the shit that he needs, and then he runs off to Dillard's house to grab Linda and Abigail. This is Dillard's perfect chance because the general's looking for him, so he calls Chet and some other dude over, I can't remember his name, to come get him. And he uses Linda as kind of like bait to calm him down and to disarm him, and Jessy does do that because he thinks Dillard's not there. So Dillard comes in, knocks him down, the boys come get him, Linda's like, fuck you, like they're going to kill him, like you pretty much killed him.
Right, so Dillard is basically like, Linda, I gotta take him out, and she's like, you can't, like, please let me talk him down, and then you can take him in, that's fine, but like, don't hurt him, give me a chance to like talk him down. And then Dillard like very much goes back on his word, obviously, and that's kind of when the sort of things start to crack for her, like the rose-colored glass.
Yeah, like she's very much seeing the man who killed Ellen. And that's when he gets physical with her too, because she's arguing, so he backhands the shit out of her. Abigail tries to run to her dad. He grabs her hair like really violently and shoves them in the basement and locks them in the basement so that Jessy can be dragged off. And then, Dillard's like, I did this for your own sake. Like, I'm sorry I had to escalate to there. And even in his head, he's like, man, I just wanted to be better. I guess I'm not, whatever.
Yeah, he very much gives her, like, I'm the man of the house. What I say goes. You're my woman. You listen to me type of thing. And, which is just, like, fucking awful and shitty anyways, but.
So this happens. So Jessy gets dragged off to the generals. And the general's like, how the fuck did you steal? Oh! Side note, we have to deviate back. So, one of the reasons why Krampus loves Jessy is because they somehow got a cow for Krampus to eat, because he's, like, reviving himself off of blood and, like, raw meat. And Jesse's like, hey, after stealing all the stuff from, like, the general's safe, he's like...
Can you eat that cow head?
Yeah, like, this cow head, like, things go back in? Like, can we put things in? He's like, absolutely. And so they take the cow head and they put it in the vault for him to find.
Yeah.
After he steals everything. So, that happens. And so General's pissed off. He's like, where's my shit? Where's my $40,000? Where's my cocaine? Like, where's everything? And they tie him up, and they're pretty much torturing him. They, like, severely torturing him. Like,
with a nail gun.
Nail gun.
He's, like,
nailing up his stomach.
Yeah, he's basically like, Jessy, I'm going to give you one chance to tell me how you got into my safe without ever opening the safe, because I'm the only person who knows the code. I have a camera on the safe. You didn't even come in. I need to know how you did this, and you have one chance to tell me. I'm going to kill you either way, but I can either do it quick or I can do it slow type of thing. And Jesse's like, well, fuck, because, like, I can't tell him how I did it because he's not going to believe me anyway. So it's kind of like he's fucked either way type of situation.
And he just tells the truth. He tells the truth.
Yeah, he does.
He sings like a fucking canary.
I played around with Santa's sack.
Yeah, just
and then eventually
sack dabbling.
they're like, yeah, get the sack in. So they get the sack in, and he shows them how it works, and they're like, well, I'll be damned, it works. And then suddenly, if they pull Krampus through, because Krampus is the portal's open to the church. So, because Jessy
pulled guns through, I thought first, right?
Yeah, they pulled wads of money, Jessy tried to pull a gun through to kill them, but it went off before he could pull it out. So all hell went loose. They pretty much stabbed Jessy in the back. He's dying. He has a gut wound.
He also has like multiple nails in his stomach.
Yeah, everywhere. So he's going to die.
Yeah.
So they start pulling things through, and then they end up pulling Krampus through, and Krampus gets a little bloodthirsty and starts killing everybody.
Yeah.
So it's like gore mess, and Krampus is like, Jessy, I'm gonna tell you the truth about everything. And that's when you start learning about Loki's sack and like Balder, and then Jesse's literally dying. He's like,
you awake?
He's like, you awake?
You listening?
Yeah, you listening? I gotta tell you this story. And then
he's a yapper. Krampus is like such a fucking yapper. And he's like, give me some meat and like let's yap about it.
He falls asleep because he's dying, and then he taps Jessy awake. He's like, are you awake?
It is very rude to doze off while you are I tell you a story.
Hey.
And then when Jessy
have some cocaine. Wake up.
Yeah, he does turn Jessy into a Bell's nickel at that point.
Yes.
He's like, I will, like, so you want to be there when I kill Dillard.
So the reason he is able to turn Jessy into a Belschnickel is because Jessy broke his side of the oath first by running off. Like, he didn't help Krampus like he said he would, so Krampus is like, cool,
I have
bet. You're gonna die anyways, so, and I like you, so, like, let's fuck around for the rest of the eternity.
Yeah, and then he also turns Chet and the general.
Because they were feisty, too.
They were
like,
feisty.
okay, well,
like, they're great fighters.
You guys are obviously good fighters. You're the only two left standing, so...
I just remember the general, like, looking absolutely terrified.
My favorite was...
The general's a little bitch.
No, so Jessy, like, comes to, he's in the back of the truck, with Krampus, and then he notices Chet and the general, and then Krampus goes, sing Jingle Bells for me. Like, it's so silly. And they just start singing Jingle Bells in their front seat.
Oh my god, and that's when they start, like, what did they do first? They go, okay, so... With all them there, he finally makes a portal into Santa Claus's workshop. Mm-hmm. And then they get into, like, an epic, like, hot man fight. Yeah. And he does end up beheading Santa Claus with the spear that he found, like, Loki's spear or whatever that they made with the...
Arrow spear, whatever.
And the workshop wasn't at the North Pole. It was
like, in Italy, because Boulder doesn't like the cold.
Yeah, so it was, like, on the beach. It was beautiful.
So they... Basically... Krampus and everybody go through the Santa sack by picturing Santa's sleigh, and so then they come out in the stables essentially, and then the two wolves stay behind to guard the sack.
Yeah, and then so they behead him, they take his head with them, and they burn everything down. That's when we find out about the blood sacrifices and whatever. So they come back, they're victorious, like, they're happy. Now they're going to start spreading Yuletide. They literally start breaking into people's homes because they have, like, a master key set that unlocks anything. So there's modern keys and old keys. So they literally start using sand dust, like sleeping dust, to put the parents to sleep so they could talk to the kids, because kids will be the easiest way to spread, like, the myth of Yuletide. And so he's like, leave me an offering, and I may come or I may not, and I'll leave you gold coins. And if you're bad, I'm going to put you in my bag and beat you.
Right.
Tell your friends about me.
It very much is giving The Office. Just like the Dwight when he was a Belschnickel, that episode of The Office. That's like absolutely the vibes that they were bringing to the party. And so they would just like roll up into people's house and they're like, give me an offering, and everybody's like, what the fuck is happening? I guess if you want my leftovers. Because I know one of the houses, he's like, where's the feast? And they were like, in the fridge. And he's like, you're giving me an offering, yes? And they were like, I guess. Like, if you want my leftovers, sure. So everybody's like very confused, but as you would be if just a band of demons came into your house and asked for food.
But then he discovers TVs and how people love to watch them and play on them, and he's like,
and phones and laptops.
Yeah, and he's like, how can I help this world that's like already lost, that there's no demons to chase out but mankind itself.
Yeah.
So he just gets into a whole depression.
Because one of the houses they go into is very much like a meth house. There's a little girl inside. The people that are in there are clearly like not sober at all, even a little bit. And then I believe her dad, the little girl's dad, was like dead in the bed, and had been dead for a while.
Tweaked out. And Isabel saves Lacey.
She brings the little girl with them because that's obviously not where.
Anywhere is better than there.
Right, exactly.
Anywhere is better than there, because Isabel gives Lacey her little panda hat and gets her warm, makes sure she's fed because she hasn't been fed, and eventually does end up leaving her at a church.
We'll get there. There's a lot.
There's so much in between. So, where do we begin? Oh yeah, so during the fight with Santa Claus, the general dies immediately.
Oh yeah,
because Santa Claus is tough as shit. Yeah, so with the quickness, there's a head. There's a head without eyes. That general's dead. Chet's like, fuck. So, general's gone. There's still Chet and all of them. They save Lacey. Krampus is still very much depressed in on himself. Jessy needs him to get moving because he needs to save Linda and Abigail, who are currently still stuck in a basement. And then back to Dillard's side. Dillard finds the general's place and everybody dead and massacred, and he's like, fuck me, I gotta hide, not hide it, but in his head he's like, okay, general's out, I just gotta cut up a few more ties. And he's like, what I can do is I could kill Linda and Abigail, make it match this one, blame it on blame both things on Jessy, get Jessy out of the picture, and then I'm good to go. I'm free. And so he goes back to the house, like, he grabs stuff from Jesse's truck to incriminate him at his
Like
own
hair
place.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
hair, like a ball. He grabbed a ball peen hammer, which I watched a podcast about someone talking about a killer that would kill people with a ball peen hammer. And I'm like, you probably watched that when you were reading that or some shit like that. So he gets to the house. Him and Linda argue a little bit, and he goes into the bathroom to take off all his clothes.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I will shower after I kill them. He's just saying, like, they're meat now. This has to be done. Turn off your emotions. Like, I'll forget her as soon as, like, it's over because I don't even love her as much as I loved Ellen.
Mm-hmm.
He still has like he doesn't super like them, but he still has to psych himself up to murder.
Yeah. And so
Right.
it took me a minute because I forgot he took off all of his clothes
Right.
to go murder them. So at the end, I realized he was fully naked trying to kill them.
And like Linda is just in the kitchen making a grilled cheese sandwich for Abby.
I feel like that always comes up as grilled cheese, especially because Lacey's mom is like, Lacey, come on over here. I'll make you grilled cheese. When they're
It
like,
happens.
this girl hasn't eaten in days.
When you're
But like,
writing,
it's always grilled cheese,
Yeah.
and like that's totally fine. Grilled cheeses are awesome.
Yeah.
It was just funny. There's like it always comes down to grilled cheese.
Well, because I feel like a loaf of bread and some like Kraft singles is
Oh, hell
definitely
yeah.
something that's going to be in like
most households.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like lower income ones.
Even like writing in general though, because I'll know when I'm writing and I take a break, I will actually add the same thing in over. So I'm wondering if you just didn't catch that he added 2 grilled cheese.
Maybe, I don't know.
But it's grilled cheese. It's great. But so she hates him. Like, she's a fighter. Like, Linda's a fighter. And she slaps him with like the grease. in the pan
She like
and-
throws the fucking greasy pan into his face.
Yeah, and she fights for her life. She ends up getting into the basement and locking herself up into, like, basically a bomb shelter thing. So he's like, fuck, I can't get in there. It locks from the inside. So he's like, and he's getting a call about the church incident. Because while this is happening, they're dropping off Lacey at the church to try to get, like, nice ladies to take her in. And,
They're seen.
they're seen, so they're all crowding there trying to, because Isabel looks like they're being reported all over the news.
Oh, yes. Break-ins.
Yeah.
So they're reporting that, like, that a bunch of tweakers are breaking into people's homes without, like, taking anything, but just kind of terrorizing everybody.
Yeah.
And leaving gold
coins behind.
Yeah.
Like,
for
and
their kids.
they're not round. I think they're like triangles or something, but they're gold coins.
Or they're gold coins with triangles on them, something like that.
But they're worth a lot of money.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
'cause
they're
they're
worth
solid
so
gold.
much money. Like, they're
Yeah.
solid gold, and gold's worth a lot these days.
And so the kids are on the news being like, yeah, Krampus, he gave us these coins.
We have coins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and kids start leaving, like, suckers in their shoes.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
yeah.
that very night, you know, the night that the news broadcast it, people are already like, I want this Krampus coming to my house and leaving him offerings and stuff, and he's like, it's working.
It's also, they don't want to be in sacks. Like,
They
they're
also don't wanna
like,
be in
shit, I don't want to get whipped in a sack, so, yeah.
Gold coins getting whipped. I mean, some people, that's your thing.
Well, you know.
Bad as a child, good as an adult.
And then, so I forget what happens, but Krampus, like, he really is angry. So this is where Krampus is still angry. And he's getting sick of this church and this Christmas bullshit, and he walks in, he causes havoc, he's basically assaulting the priest, and they start
Throwing ornaments.
yeah, and eventually the flames go, like, the church goes up in flames because some of the candles hitting the, like, not fire-coated curtains or whatever. And so the church goes up in flames. The general gets a call not the general, Dillard gets a call on his police phone as he's trying to murder Linda that this is happening and he has to come. He's like, fuck, I have to do this. So he barricades,
He locks the basement. He puts something in front of the
Yeah,
storm
I
cellar
forget what
door.
it was.
Fridge or a freezer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, chest freezer. So he pushes that so they can't get out so he can deal with them later. So he goes
And then he
there.
locks the thing,
Yeah.
too.
So he goes there. He goes to deal with the fire. And then at the same time, after Lacey's there, I think they're still trying to do, like, Krampus is still really depressed. They go back home. And then Jessy starts antagonizing him, going like, ho, 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 or whatever.
Yeah.
And, maybe that was during all of that. I don't know. But he eventually gets Krampus out. I think that's when the church thing happened. But then later, Krampus comes to find out that people are leaving. That's when he finds out about the suckers and the shoes, and he's like, let's go, man. People are believing in me. This is great. Like, he's really excited. And he's back on his, his path. So they end up going to this random bar on the outskirts to celebrate because it's been, like, a good day. Because they go to a bunch of houses. Like, he's getting tributes. Like, he's super excited. So they have this massive, like, orgy party at this bar. He buys it out with gold coins. The bar owner, he's like, I'm about to go out of business. I'm getting half the normal people I normally get. And so he comes in, shows them gold coins. So Jessy shows them gold coins. They buy out the bar. And then they have, like, the greatest fucking time. And then Jessy actually sings for the first time.
He performs.
He performs, and everybody loved it. And he felt something within himself, and he loved it.
Because Krampus this whole time is, like, really trying to hype up Jessy. Like, you have music in your heart. Like, you tell stories through music. Like, that is your soul. If you let it go, then you might as well be dead, sort of thing.
I love it. So Jessy does something great. They all literally get drunk, have orgy, people wake up naked, like, they get up and leave that day, because he promises Jessy, like, Jessy, if you sing for me, I will, when we're done with this, literally go and deal with Dillard.
Right, because when he initially turned Jessy, he was like, you help me kill Santa, if you do a good job, I'll help you with Dillard, maybe, if I feel like it.
Yeah, it takes a long time to get to that
point.
But then, Krampus has been dropping a little bit of hints that his time is running short. And come to find out that the wives do, like, this weird fucking ritual where angels come down and resurrect Balder again because his head goes missing, and then...
Yeah, Santa's head is just gone at some point.
Yeah, and then he's back alive, and he's there for Krampus with the angels, and Krampus don't have a fucking chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the angels, like, bring him back, and I think they're like, we can make you again, but you have to, like, serve God.
Right.
The big one.
Balder very much was like, well, why would God want to help me? And they were like, well, you amuse her. And he's like, I'm my days of amusing gods are done. I'm not interested in doing that. And then they're like, cool, fuck off then. And then he's like, okay, fine.
He's like, never mind,
fine.
you're serious.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't want to be a mortal man.
Yeah, you don't get to be immortal and all this stuff. And he's like, I kind of love my immortality, so fine, I'll do it.
Fine. I like being worshipful.
Oh man, working one day a year or one night a year. Oh, it's just the worst.
Right.
Unlimited milk and cookies.
Also, here's a thing that I think is maybe slightly a plot hole unless I missed something. But, like, when we first meet Santa in the beginning of the book, when he's just rolling around looking for his sack, he, like, bumps into a priest. And the priest is, like, pissy about Santa. Like, you're taking away what this holiday should be about.
He does do that, yeah.
But Santa kind of says something to himself, like, serving God, whether you want to or not, type of thing. So it almost felt like he was enslaved at that point. And I was like, okay, cool, want to hear this. And then that didn't really, unless I just misunderstood what was.
I feel like that moment was when Krampus stole the priest and was arguing about him. And then he's like, well, Santa just takes away from stuff. And Krampus is like, I couldn't agree more. That's the one thing we agree on.
That circled back around, later on. But Santa kind of hinted that he didn't necessarily want to be Santa. At least that's how I interpreted what he had said.
No, he just wants to be.
Yeah, just at the beginning when he said, like, some of us serve God whether we want to or not, or something like that.
And then, So, before Balder comes to base, he does kill Krampus. Before he comes to do that, Krampus told them he was going to give them, like, he told Jessy he was going to give them all choice if they wanted to become human again, or Belschnickel, or stay that way, and he proves it by taking his blood back from Jessy, and Jessy will become human again slowly. And he's like, I want you to face Dillard as you are. And so he sends Jessy off in his truck, because, or what, I don't know, he just sends him off. And
I feel like Santa shows up and he's like, Jessy, get out of here, go do
He does. He gives him the sack, tells him to burn it or destroy it, whatever he has to do. Don't give the sack to Santa. And so Santa ends up killing Balder, and
Santa kills Krampus.
Sorry, Balder kills Krampus.
And we barely brought them up, but either Whippy or Nippy die.
It's like rock, paper, scissors, Krampus, Santa, or Balder.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of them, they do die, unfortunately. And
Jessy, they'll live. That's what's important.
Yeah, Jessy ends up going to Dillard's house, worried because the house is like, looks like there's been a struggle.
Yeah, there's clearly been a struggle.
He finds him in the basement, though, works on getting him out of there, and then Dillard catches them at home, holds him to gunpoint. Jesse's like, you don't want to do this, essentially. My men are out there, very convincing. Like, they'll come in here and kill you like they did with the general. Like, just chill for a minute. And I forget. Oh, wait. What happened? So, he does get Dillard down. Like, he ties him up, but I forget. Oh, he shoots the sleeping dust into his face, and so that knocks him out. And then he shoves Dillard into the Santa bag, into hell, because it's open to hell right now, like into the underworld, because that's where the coins are. So you can hear the voices of the dead, like a very chilly, unnatural feeling when you put your arm in there. If you get lost there, you're going to be chased by the souls of the dead for the rest of your life until you die and join them in their, like, dead choir, like, voices. So he shoves Dillard through that, so he's in hell, tied up.
Oh, no, he's not tied up because he tried to climb the mountain of coins to reach the portal, and it's a mountain of coins, so he keeps falling back down.
I thought he was, like, tied up.
I think he was tied up. He woke up tied up, and Jessy let him loose to shove him in the sack.
Okay. Well, so he's in... There's no question. He does leave Jessy finds the picture and leaves everything in the middle of, like, the floor where you can see where clearly she died, so that people know that Dillard did kill his wife, even though he's gone. He ends up saving them. He gets them to... He gets Linda and Abigail to go to Linda's mother's house. He goes back with his truck and finds Krampus dead with the others. Well, Isabel's still alive, and Vernon's long gone. Chet's long gone. And, I don't know if they ever mention what happened with Chet. I don't remember anything about Chet's after story.
I think Jessy said he probably just fucked off to Mexico.
Oh, yeah, he fucked off to Mexico or somewhere.
Because that's one of those lines that's repeated. Like,
that if you want to run away, you gotta go to Mexico.
Yeah.
If you want to escape the general,
Yeah, Dillard says to Jessy, like, go to Mexico. Jessy's like, if I grab Abigail, I can make it to Mexico. So it's just get over the border.
Yeah, because Jessy's plan was to essentially do the final drug run, but then not bring the money back, and then just go get Abigail and fuck off. And
yeah, it was like $4,000 or something, which is...
Yeah, that was his original plan. But, so he goes back. Isabel's alive. Vernon's gone. I don't know the name of the one that stays. But one of the Belschnickels decides to stay as a human to guard the cave. Because they bury Krampus and his brother there. And he's like, I have no place in this world. I'm from the old world. Like, I will just remain here.
And protect. Yeah.
And that's just what he wants to do. So they do it. Isabel ends up going to another church, I believe.
She goes to the church that her son grew up in and either attends or is in the choir of. And
he's like 40 now, and she wants to meet him.
Yeah, and I wish I knew how that conversation went.
Yeah, no, but it's assumed it all went well for them.
Yeah, Jessy hangs out outside the church, and after like an hour, she hasn't come back out, so he's like, I
must have
guess
gone
she's
good.
good.
I'm gone now.
Right. It kind of like Doctor Who when Rory and Amy's son just shows up
to his grandpa's house, and it's
With
like, oh, you're like half my age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're planning to do.
Yeah, I'm your mother. Are you even like 21 yet? Sorta.
If Daniel's parents are still alive, though, which I'm assuming they could be,
they may be able to back her up.
They would be able to back it up because they would see her exactly as
right.
she was. So yeah, it would be a lot of explaining to do, but
if they remember, because like they only met her the once, if she shows up like 40 years later,
I feel the daughter or the woman of your son's child.
I feel like you would be able to recognize her. Yes, only briefly seeing her. However, that is kind of one of those like really big emotional moments.
True.
So it's likely just very much burned into their brain.
Yeah, because she showed him the ring when she first dropped off the baby.
Right.
And then she still has that ring around her neck. So there's that.
Plus, just grandparents have that or parents have that sense of like, this is my child. I know in my heart. I see them, and.
But so Jessy ends up going back to Linda and being like, hey, I'm going to go pursue my dreams. Because he has the money still. Like, he has the money. He gives Isabel some of the money so she's not left dry. He gives her like $20,000. And he keeps the rest. And he tells Linda he wants to give his music. Like, oh, he's going to Memphis. Going to follow with the DJ. Like, possibly go to Nashville. And he's like, I want you to come with me, and would you give us another shot? And she's like, yeah, at that point. And then fast forward, you find out Jessy is a new and up-and-comer in Memphis with his music. Or Nashville, they do distinctly say Nashville. And he comes back to that one bar that they partied in, and they celebrate Yuletide, and people still leave gifts for Krampus out the next year later, and then it's kind of hinted at that his spirit is still living on because you could hear his laughter.
I was thinking he may have come back somehow.
Right, because if belief is what gives them power, then theoretically the fact that this town where he is still celebrating Yule and still honoring him would perhaps bring him back to some extent.
Yeah, that's the closest thing to, like, it's not a plot hole, it's just like something that doesn't quite add up, but it's a good ending.
Yeah.
Because, like, Santa...
It is what you believe.
A happy ending, yeah.
Enough people believe in Santa,
Oh!
like, you'd think that would have
Side note.
worked with him, like, he would have just come back immediately because children, Santa. But whatever. Again, not important.
No, side note. So I forgot this. So Krampus told him to fucking burn the bag, right? He just gives it to Santa. Santa comes for the bag. He's like, I just want the bag. I just want to spread my joy. He just gives him the bag.
Well,
I mean, what's the point anyway? He's not really doing anything bad with the bag, to be honest.
I think Jessy kind of sees that, like, there's no good or bad in this scenario.
but also not destroying kids, right? Because if without a bag, Santa can't do his Santa thing, so that inherently is hurting all of the children who celebrate Christmas around the world, right? So that
it's still just spread good.
yeah.
But that is Krampus. I definitely say give it a read. But here's my side thoughts. When I was reading this book, I'm like, people had such a hard time believing Santa Claus was real or like any of the shit that was going on. But I'm like, if Santa Claus was doing what he was doing in the book, like pulling gifts out of the sack and leaving it, you think someone would be like, yeah, I'm getting random gifts for my kid underneath the tree I didn't buy.
That's the problem with every Santa is real movie.
Right.
Even if it's just briefly mentioned, parents are like, Santa doesn't exist. Okay, every single year, presents appear that you did not give to them, and you're just taking credit for it, and you're still denying the existence of Santa. That you are... Okay, sure, parent. And
yeah, that's where I'm like, I don't...
But, I mean, I can't call that a plot hole or anything. That's just like, you know, seeing is believing, belief makes the man, I don't know.
It's just, like, wild. But also, like, I don't know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I have some quotes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, the quotes are insane.
I love that Butters has not stopped pacing this entire time.
Yep, hour and 22 minutes.
Oh, my God.
So I think it's around the time that they get to the church, like the church where they drop off Lacey. They steal a newspaper from someone's driveway, and the woman who lives there, the woman who lives there is like, it says that she hasn't read the newspaper since they endorsed Clinton, which I want to say probably Bill. It may have been Hillary. I don't.
No, I think
fully...
it would have to be Bill.
Bill.
It'd have to be Bill because it would be too modern.
I feel like it was relative. Well, I feel like it was relatively
also, I
modern.
don't know. Not to stereotype, I don't know that area of the country would at large be endorsing Hillary Clinton, especially for that particular election.
No.
No, but I mean...
Well, I think they gave the year. They gave the year at the beginning of the book, and it was like...
I was thinking,
really?
It's a newspaper, so, like, they're...
Yeah, I'm like, I can't...
It depends on if they're, you know, actual journalists or some kind of rag or something. But the point of all it was, she hasn't read the newspaper since they endorsed Clinton, but she's still upset that someone stole her newspaper, and so she called the cops on them.
Because it's her newspaper.
And I think it's... They get to the church, and Krampus is causing a ruckus. The priest is yelling that he's a devil and all this stuff. And Krampus says they see devils everywhere when the only devils left are themselves.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then, do you ever wonder why you seek the devil with such vigor? Because you cannot face your own wickedness. The truth is there. The truth is there's no devil making you torture, rape, murder, or sodomize one another, or making you destroy the very land that feeds you. Mm-hmm. There's only you, so look at yourself, or you are the only devil in this room.
And, like, part of what why Krampus wants to, like, bring Yule back, not just for his own vanity, but, like, to help Mother Earth rejuvenate.
Oh, yeah, because after their party at the bar, the snow melted away and flowers bloomed.
Yeah.
I wanted to bring that up at one point, was just traveling through, I think in the back of the truck or something, he's like, hey, stop for a second. What's going over there? Mining and deforestation. They're, like, destroying the earth for what? For, you know, its resources so people can use them, which obviously Krampus sees as, you know, a horrible crime.
Which debatably is,
Yeah, like,
to some extent. Like, you can't just take everything.
Right. I feel like there are more efforts could be put into, reconstituting the forest.
Sustainable
Yeah.
and
And also just to add on to that, at one point Krampus yelled, I think it's during the fire, "Isabel, where are you?" Because the narrator sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger when usually...
Was he really?
Usually he sounds like What We Do in the Shadows, but during that he sounds, "Isabel, where are you?"
Yeah.
Other than that, he's,
It's great.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't listen to audiobooks often, so...
I won't play it on here, but afterwards I'll play at least the snippet of the opening,
Oh,
because I was like, what? I'm in. Like, locked and loaded, let's go. Yeah.
So, this is our
It was
last
fun,
episode
yeah.
of the year. Happy Yuletide to everybody. Don't forget to leave your slippers out on your front steps and put
candy in your
put
shoes.
candy in
A
your
treat
shoes
or a
for
trinket.
offerings for Krampus.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's gonna beat you in the sack.
He's
Milky sack.
whip you with some reeds.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're into that kind of thing, power to you.
Yeah, good for you guys.
Yeah, so many funny gifts out them.
Yeah.
Yeah, last episode of the year, and check back in the new one.
A new one! And we are gonna slowly start integrating into video, so bear with us again.
Yeah. We're doing our best, guys.
We're doing our best. We're having fun doing it.
And we're also learning as we go.
Oh, here! Well, Nick's learning as we go. I'm just sitting here.
Also, well, yeah, I'm training myself on Canva,
Yeah.
like stuff.
I'm just bringing myself.
No, but you were the brainchild behind this essentially. Also, anytime I'm like, we need a logo. I want to make this post. Draw something for me. So you very much.
I will do that quickly.
I literally just bring you an idea, and all of a sudden, boom, there's art to go along with it. So don't act like you aren't pulling your weight, 'cause you definitely are.
Yeah.
You also literally looked at me and said, "Do a podcast with me," and I said yes, and then 2 days later we were recording our first episode. So we did no research, we just very much jumped in.
We're sailing.
Full steam ahead, mostly because all three of us are overthinkers, and if we didn't immediately start, chances were really good it wasn't going to happen. Yes, I know, so excited.
Once again, happy Yuletide. Join us in Discord and our Instagram and our Fable, and eventually we'll have a Patreon where we will be discussing primarily smut books. Because let me tell you, I'm ready for some smutty smut books.
Yes.
That's what I'm craving right now. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Keep on yapping.
Keep on yapping.
Merry Yapmas. That was a Sputmas.
Also, Merry Smutness. Yeah.
Merry
To
Yapmas.
those who observe.
Those to observe.
I know I do.
Keep on yapping.
Keep on yapping.
Keep on yapping.
Alrighty.